the ebook that I wrote this from like in 2021, starting an online business from start to finish, right? So you will be able to get that ebook. And what this covers, the ebook will cover the basic principle of in starting your business as well as scaling your business. What this ebook consists of is the basic principle of starting your business as well as scaling your business. Okay, so for section 1, because we have different sections, as you can see. Section 1 include branding, brand identity, brand voice, targeting your audience. That's section 1. So let's go through section 1 first. All right, I wrote this back in 2021, but I'm sure it's the same thing that goes for it. Whether we're in 2023, maybe some stuff is advanced, but I think it's the same, guys. So let's go. Branding is the process of creating a strong positive perception of your company, product, and service in the customer's mind. Again, what is branding? And how do you go about branding your company? So branding is the process of creating a strong positive perception of your company in consumers' mind. So what do they say? What do consumers say when you're not in the room about your brand, about your company? That's what branding is, right? By combining such elements such as your logo, your design, your mission statement, and consistency of the theme throughout all of your marketing communication. This is where branding starts. So again, let me just go over that briefly. Branding is a combination of your logo, your design, your mission statement, and just marketing communication throughout all your marketing techniques. So for example, your brand should have a brand voice, a brand statement, and a theme that coincides with everything that you put out. Branding is, right? By combining such elements such as your logo, your design, your mission statement, and consistency of the theme throughout all of your marketing communication. This is where branding starts. So again, let me just go over that briefly. Branding is a combination of your logo, your design, your mission statement, and just marketing communication throughout all your marketing techniques. So for example, your brand should have a brand voice, a brand statement, and a theme that coincides with everything that you put out, for that brand. Your business brand is not just your logo, brand name, and a catchy tagline. So your business brand is not just a logo, the brand name, or a slogan line. Your business brand consists of more than just that. It shows it's how people perceive you. And again, I had spoke about this. It's how people perceive you and talk about you. Your brand is what people say when you're not in the room. Remember I said that? Your brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So what do people say about Kush Edge when I'm not in the room? That's what branding is. So it's not just a logo, a brand theme, or slogans, okay? Or a catchy phrase. It's more than that. So again, yeah, it's the impression that is left on people by your company. Your brand is the impression that concludes everything. It's the impression that is left on people by your company. That's what a brand is, right? That's branding. Now let's get into brand identity. Brand identity consists of the visible element of your brand, such as your color, your design, your logo, anything that differentiates your company from others. That's what your brand identity is. Anything that differentiates your company from other company. For example, what comes to mind when you see this symbol? What comes to mind when you see that symbol? Target. Whenever you see a circle with a dot, Target comes to mind. So right there and then, people identify your brand with your brand identity. You know, what color you use, what style you use, what font you use, what color scheme you use for your brand. What persons identify your brand by? That is your brand identity. Identity consists of the visible element of your brand, such as your color, your design, your logo, anything that differentiates your company from others. That's what your brand identity is. Anything that differentiates your company from other company. For example, what comes to mind when you see this symbol? What comes to mind when you see that symbol? Target. Whenever you see a circle with a dot, Target comes to mind. So right there and then, people identify your brand with your brand identity. Okay, so again, if you guess what this was, it is Target. So we Target, correct? You're right. This is what brand identity does. It helps customers easily recognize and remember your brand product. People will always associate your brand with what they see. So if you're creating a brand, ensure that your brand voice, your brand identity, and your brand tone set a platform, because people will always identify your brand with what they see. Most persons are visual learners, you know. Key individual. Key, this is key. Individual who resonate your brand become customer due to your brand's strong identity and how consistent your brand is. These people will be returning customers because of the consistency and clarity that surrounds your brand identity. Let's go again. These people will be returning customers because of the consistency and clarity that surrounds your brand's identity. One of the benefits of being consistent is great branding. One of the benefits of being consistent with great branding is people will recommend your brand to others based on the level of consistency and clarity of your brand's identity. So when Tom got Target, and they see say Target have nice stuff, Target fulfill their brand promise. You know what they're going to do? They're going to tell another person that, hey, go to Target, because Target is known for their brand promise, their brand identity, and their brand voice. So consumers is always going to be referring your brand to other persons, and that's how you grow your target audience. That's how you will grow your niche, because one person refers. You always hear they say that, you know, word of mouth is better than anything else. It's the best form of marketing, when someone tells someone about your brand. Okay, so that's brand. That is brand identity. Let's move on. Brand voice. So we went into branding, brand identity, and now we're into brand voice. So brand voice is when you set a tone that detects or direct to your target audience. It can have a style as long as it feels true to your brand values and persona. Let's read that again. The brand voice is when you set a tone that is directed to your target audience. It can have any style as long as it feels true to your brand value. So don't go up and get up Target slogans for a brand that sells something that is totally different from what Target is carrying. Your brand tone should resonate with your brand identity and your branding throughout. Stay consistent, because if that's why you should create that brand from from scratch. Do not use someone else's slogan or something, because it will not fit in. It will not resonate with your brand. Okay? What would your brand say, and how would they say it? This include product description, website, and taglines. Considering your brand a personality, how would your brand sound if it was a person? So that's what your brand voice is. How would your brand sound if it was a person? Let's start out with Kush Edge. Kush Edge is trendy, timeless pieces. It says I'm in my soft girl area. It says that I'm a working mom, but I like to have fun on the weekends. That's what my brand voice say. So your brand voice should say something like that. What does your brand voice say? Or what kind of tone does your brand set? If your brand was a person, how would it speak to consumer? So that's what a brand voice is. Okay? And again, this ebook is available on my website. I wrote it and everything. So and I wrote this in 2021. We're going into targeting your audience. We're still in section 1. Targeting your audience. Your target audience refers to the specific group of customer most likely to want your product or service. That's what your target audience is. The persons or the individuals who resonate with that brand. So now you've created a brand awareness, and these persons are interested in this brand. So you know that these are persons that you can target, so that they can go to call of action. So again, your target audience refers to the specific group of customers most likely to want your product or service, whether you're selling a physical product or you're selling a service. Those are your target audience, right? And therefore, the group of people who should see your ad campaign target audience may be dedicated by age or gender or income or location or interest. Your target audience can be a certain age group. There could be a certain race. There could be a certain individual. It doesn't have to always be age. And do not limit your target audience. Don't say that my target audience is between 12 and 24. Because you may be selling a swimsuit and you said that these are my target audience, ages 12 to 24. But you have a 30-year-old individual who likes those type of swimsuit. So do not limit your target audience to a certain age group. Just say that my target audience is the type of individual who likes two-piece. They like two-piece bikini. They like sweatshirts with crew neck. But when you limit it to an age group, that causes your target audience to be fixed in. And if I see an ad that says that target audience between 12 and 24, I'm 29. I'm not going to look at that. I'm not going to resonate with that ad. I'm not going to think it's for me. So do not have an age group set that this is my target audience. It should be flexible. Okay? Instead, label your target audience with a personality. And that goes again back to brand voice. Okay. So let's continue. It is very important to niche down your target audience by doing this. It helps you focus on quality of what the audience needs and want. And the pain points. What are pain points? What are pain points? Pain as in pain points. What are pain points? Pain points are issues. There's always going to be an issue for you to solve. That's how marketing goes. You have to find what is wrong and how you can solve it. For example, I'm selling these tank tops. Persons like plus size or heavy boosted persons, they cannot find a tank top that holds their breasts together without it shiver, like going all crazy. Now these tank tops solve that problem. They can wear these tank tops and don't have to be worrying about things pulling up or riding down. That's the solution. I found the pain and I found the solution for the pain. Okay, so I found the pain and I gave it an oxycodone. Basically, that's what pain points are. What is the problem and what is the solution that your brand is creating for that pain? Okay, so that completes section 1.